Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome on into another episode of the Rust Belt Rivalry podcast. My name is Brian Philos, my co-host Nick Kremchek. As usual, we're coming at you with some Browns, Bengals, Buckeyes, a little bit of NFL recap, a look ahead to the week ahead, and a little bit of more. Nick, how we doing today, buddy?
Brian, honestly, I don't know why you have me on this show. I'm giving out the worst advice for our listeners. So if you lose money because of me, send me a bill. Honestly, I'll pay it. Just I'm that bad.
Yeah, you owe me for a lot of pain and suffering, buddy. So maybe another lunch.
That's fine. That's fine. That's the least I can do. I'm doing fine, Brian. It's the holidays coming up. Families coming in town. Bengals are officially out of the playoff hunt. So don't have to worry about watching that train wreck anymore, honestly. Another terrible game on Sunday, but we'll dive into it here soon. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm great, buddy. It's a Browns tradition that we get the E next to our name, like, with usually 4 or 5 weeks left in the season. So, but it's not too
Yep.
uncommon for me. I know you've not been used to it since Joey Burrow entered the scene in Cincinnati, but it's you get used to it, and maybe things will get a little better for you. I don't know what. Why don't we talk about since it was such a close game and such a competitive game? Why don't we talk about the Bengals and the Ravens last week?
There's really not much to talk about. They came in and kicked our ass. It seemed like nobody, especially on the offensive side of the ball, wanted to be out there. You got Jamar Chase just kind of walking off the sidelines, not really caring. Joe, after his comments that he made the Wednesday before the game, and comes out and plays like that. I mean, that was one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. Decision making was horrible. Timing, especially with Jamar Chase, was off. Everything about that game stunk. And it just shows what kind of team they are, man. And this is 3 years in a row to where they're missing the playoffs. And it's unacceptable at this point with the talent that they have. You can't do it. You're wasting Burrow's career. There's already talks about Joe Burrow retiring early. Yeah, whatever. It's not going to happen. Joe is happy here, but the organization needs to make some changes. I know you want to talk about Dude Tobin later, but we'll talk about him soon. But it's Zach Taylor. We found out yesterday that he signed a little extension through 2027, and nobody knew about it. So that right there just tells me they have no interest in moving on from him this offseason. So he's most likely going to be the coach next year. And it's going to drive fans nuts. And look, Zach is not all the problem. They can't draft. They don't like spending money on good talent, right? They they cannot prospect. It's horrible from the top down, man. And I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. I really don't. Um, so yeah, we're in dark times right now, man, when we should be happy, honestly. So I really don't have anything else to talk about on the game, honestly. If you want to throw some questions at me, feel free. But like I said, it was horrible. Joe Burrow did not look good. 2 interceptions, shut out. This was the first time the Bengals were shut out in the Joe Burrow era, too, by the way. So,
Hmm.
and to top it all off, let's talk about the real quick the weather. It's -7 degrees out there. Fans are still showing up. Um, the Bengals did not take any of the snow out of the stands, so it's like, hey, come on in, wipe your own seat off. Here you go. And they also were not letting cardboard allowed in the stadium either. I don't know if you know the cardboard trick or not, it's but a lot of fans do in Buffalo to where you bring in a piece of cardboard and you put it on the concrete and stand on it, so it kind of helps keep your feet warm. They weren't allowing that into the stadium for whatever reason, and then they get shut out. So, oh,
I mean,
Brian,
I don't think that either of them those two things are correlated at all.
I I'm just saying it's just frustrating as a fan to where you're going out there, you're freezing your ass off, and you're going out and you're watching that product. It doesn't seem right.
Hey, listen, buddy, that's why I'm so excited that we have a dome coming to Cleveland. I know a lot of true football fans are saying that it's, fair weather fans or whatever, but I sat in enough cold, wet, snowy games to know that it's not very fun. I don't
No.
disagree with you there. Um,
Yep.
so we got my co-host on another show, Fatty, jumping in here. He's got a lot to say. He said,
Oh
"What about
boy.
Burrow to Cleveland?"
It's not okay. Listen here, fatty.
Well, hold on, hold
That
on,
it.
hold on. He says this is what he's willing to offer. Shador Sanders, the entire Browns offense for Burrow.
Hey, I appreciate that offer, but that is not going to happen. You guys enjoy Shador, please. I think
I
he
was
was
gonna.
starting to show his true colors there, Brian. You were coming. He was coming off a huge game. You're like, man, this is our guy, and then boom, next
Well,
week.
listen. Shador put up 3 more points than Joey Burrow. Okay, and you know what?
Oh,
Shador
here we
is a
go.
rookie, and Shador also. I had a stat here. I lost it somewhere, but he also didn't get any reps for like the first 20 weeks of the season with the one. So
Okay,
where your boy Joey B was getting all the reps, buddy. So
he was
plus
hurt. Hey, he's coming off a huge or a pretty crazy injury there, right? Don't
I
give me
don't
that
remember you
look.
talking about. I don't remember you talking about the injury last week.
Touche.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. He says, "Don't talk to Brian about Sanders. You open Pandora's box." Just wait till Sunday, Fatty. Just wait till Sunday. You'll have your turn to make me. You'll get your licks in, buddy. You get your licks in.
Hey, to all
Um,
the viewers, can we just give Brian a round of applause for the makeover that he has for our screen here? For the viewers, everybody that's watching us right now, please send some comments into us. We'd love to answer your questions. If you want to give me crap for being a terrible gambler or just being a Bengals fan, feel free. I can take it. It's all good.
oh yeah, yeah. No, it was a little help from AI there, the background. But what about so you still want Zach Taylor fired? Can we talk about that? You still want Zach Taylor fired? That's your solution?
It's not there. There needs to be a lot of things that needs to happen
Okay.
in this organization. Unfortunately, I think Zach has one of the safest jobs in America. Uh, I just, I think his time has come, man. 3 years of not making the playoffs with this roster is just, it's unacceptable.
Hmm.
You cannot go into next season and be in the Bengals front office saying, we're so close, let's run it back. We can't do it. Um, Personally, I think Al Golden, the Bengals' first year defensive coordinator, has a better chance of getting fired over Zach Taylor. Um, so yeah, I want him gone. I don't think he again, if he's gone, you got to find somebody that's good, man. I want a coach that has head coaching experience. Zach Taylor came in as the Rams quarterbacks coach, right? I don't want that. I don't mind if it's an offensive minded head coach, that's fine. But give me somebody with some head coaching experience. It's just it's done, man. You have got to move on from him. But do you want me to start talking about Du Tobin here, or do you want You want to go into
Well,
another segment there?
well, hold on. Before we start talking about
Yeah,
our
yeah,
boy
yeah.
Dooku, I had to do some research because I don't hear this guy's name ever talked about on the NFL Network or anywhere. I had to find out. I'm like, who is the GM? Who is the player personnel guy? But before we go on to that, you mentioned you want a coach with some experience. Who do you have in mind? I mean, are we talking like Mike McCarthy type? Like, who are the top coaches in your head for the
I think
Bengals?
Brian Flores would be a good fit. Honestly,
Mm,
defensive minded head coach or coach, has a very good proven track record.
mm,
Didn't fully work out when he was in Miami. It was a weird separation years ago.
mhm.
Um, but I wouldn't mind that. This is a stretch, but John Gruden, I call me crazy, but I think he still has it in him.
Really?
I think he's a guy that can come in here and make a difference.
Mm,
Before he got let go by the Raiders, he was leading that team into the playoffs. they did make the playoffs. That's when they lost to the Bengals back in 2021. But yeah, I mean, that's another option in my opinion. So I Mike McCarthy, I don't know. I feel like he's probably done personally. I wouldn't be super thrilled about that hire.
Hmm.
But yeah, Brian Flores, man, that'd be a good one. I'd be happy with that for sure.
I like Flores. For some reason, I like McCarthy. I think if he ended up at the Browns somehow, I think I'd be happy about that. Nobody's talking about it. Most people are talking about Flores, Salah.
Salah would
Uh,
be a good one too. Yeah.
yeah, which I think he got a raw deal in New York. Not that he's going to get any better of a deal here in Cleveland, right? We got the same crappy ownership that's going to just meddle and do things that they shouldn't. But so tell me about Duke Tobin. So I don't. I'm a educate me as a Browns fan that doesn't know much about the Bengals organization. Tell me about Duke Tobin and why he's been around for a million years and why is he still
He's
safe?
yeah. He is just his job has never been in question. He's been with the Bengals for I think it's 28 years, 27 years roughly. He only talks to the media probably once a year. That's probably why you never really have heard of him. But what's this one coming in?
He
Okay.
said, "How about being a Browns fan, never making the playoffs? Cry me a river, Nick." Sorry, go ahead.
Look, I got to talk about my team. But yeah, it's just he has really struck out the last couple of years with draft picks, and that's why I think people are really starting to notice.
Yeah.
Um, really, who the heck is this guy? Yada yada. But that's just another one where he is basically a part of the Brown family, and they're not going to fire him. He is again has another safe job. So yeah, it's tough, man. I wish that they would actually go out and hire an official, actual GM, but that's just something that the Bengals have never done in their history. So
Mm,
I don't know.
wild.
Yeah,
Well,
now you know.
enough with your misery. Let's talk about my own misery. The other half of this show, as you can see on the screen now, is so nicely illustrated for us. I am a Browns fan, and the Cleveland Browns are freaking checked out, man. They've already called their wives. They said, Mary, book our trip to Punta Cana. Get the kids, get all of them. Take them out of school. We don't care. That's what I'm focused on. They're gone, man. They didn't even show up in Chicago. There were so many guys on the injury report. They were like, "Man, it's going to be 17 degrees outside. We got nothing to play for. We're not playing." What the heck? What is going on in Cleveland right now? If anybody thought that Kevin Stefanski didn't lose the locker room, he sure as hell lost it on Sunday. I'll tell you that. Miles Garrett, I love the man. He's a beast. He's a freak of nature. He's an athletic monster, and I'm so excited that he's on our team. But it is clearly evident that he is only focusing on one thing and is going for the sack record, which if he would help stop the damn run, then they wouldn't be going for, second and one, third and one. Like he'd actually be able to get some more sacks, I think. Now, good news is he had another 1.5 sacks this week, so he's up to 21.5 for the year. He's got 3 games to get 1.5 more sacks. Now, we'll talk about this game coming up. He's got Josh Allen. Josh Allen holds onto the ball, but he also scrambles. We'll cover that. But I mean, this game, I watched this game with my other co-host, Jared Fatty Bates, and just the first like 10, 15 plays, we just both looked at each other and we were like, what the hell is going on? I mean, everything was bad. Our special teams, Bubba Ventrone still has a job and it pisses me off every single week. Okay. I don't understand. And I'm going to ask you this after I get done with my damn rant here, but I don't understand what this loyalty is to assistant coaches that like we have to keep our assistant coaches throughout the whole year to help them with them getting a job next time. Like this dude sucks so bad. Our special teams fails every week. We're getting blocked punts, missing field goals. That's actually a problem that's kind of been resolved. Uh, so here's how the game starts. Okay. Browns special teams kick off a 52-yard return. Like, not for a touchdown, but they got a 52-yard return to start the damn game. Like, right off the rip. After that, the Browns force a 3-and-out. What happens? They kick a punt that nets us on the 1-yard line. Like, 2 special teams muffs in a row. After that, the defense just dribbled down their leg. They give up 2 touchdowns for 122 yards total. The run game was just off the hook. Ben Johnson, who is, by the way, a first-time head coach, is running circles around our boy Kevin Stefanski, who's I ran a poll on my TikTok earlier, and some people told me they wanted to keep Kevin Stefanski. Well, he just got outshined by a first-time head coach by a mile. Now, granted, he has more talent at this moment, but Kevin Stefanski's been coaching for 6 years now. He should have a little bit of a coaching edge against Ben Johnson, but he doesn't. We look like the clowns out there as usual. They didn't even have Odunze. Browns had 6 3-and-outs. Offense was abysmal. I'll admit it. I'll admit the truth. Shador did not play well. Okay.
There you go.
He kind of stunk it up this week. Not that he had anything helping him, right? Like, the offensive line is trash. Again, for 2 weeks in a row, Shador Sanders leads the Browns in rushing yards. Like, that's not ideal. I think he only had like 29 or something. But yeah, again, Shador is a rookie. And again, I will go to the fact that Shador has only been practicing with the ones for like 4 or 5 weeks now. The first 20 weeks of the season, when it mattered the most, those reps were all going to Joe Flacco, not on the team anymore. Kenny Pickett plays for the Raiders, and Dylan Gabriel, who had to get all these reps, who we drafted before Shador, who was supposed to be so great and so wonderful and stunk it up. So enough with that. He didn't play well. 2 of the 3 picks were on him. The one that hit Jerry Jeudy in the hands and then ended up in the defender's arms.
That was
totally
insane.
blame Jerry Jeudy. I just wanted to throw something at the screen.
Why does it feel like there's always that one play with Jerry Jeudy every week? Like he does something new, you know what I mean? Like it's just I feel like there's a trend going here.
I don't know. So I was listening to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show this week, and one thing that Jason Lloyd brought up, and I'm a big fan of Jason Lloyd because he tells it how it is. He mentioned that there's some advanced analytics on like the wide receiver position, and that they now can keep track of like how many points a player costs your team or gives your team per target. Okay, so Jerry Jeudy on the year is currently sitting. He actually has cost the Browns 29 points. He is by far the worst in this metric by any wide receiver in the entire NFL. And to give you a metric point to compare it against, Puka Nacua is currently sitting at he's got the best points per target. He has increased the Rams scoring by 86 points this year. So Jerry Jeudy has a negative 29. Puka Nacua has helped the Rams put up 86 points. So that just shows you how abysmal Jerry Jeudy is. I mean, and that's our wide receiver 1. So anybody that defends Andrew Berry, this right here, and I heard people talking like, yes, Jerry Jeudy had a great year last year when it didn't matter. We were 3-14. Jameis Winston was throwing up 400 yards a game and then throwing 6 picks a game, and it didn't matter anyway. So he played great last year with Jameis Winston, but this year he stunk. He leads the league in drops again. I don't know. I've got so many questions. It looks like we've got a family member of yours, Mr. Scott Kremchek, with 2 Browns Bengals tickets for sale. Anybody want those? Wow, those are going to go for a premium, Scott. You better hold on to them till the last minute to see if you can get the most you can get out of them pups.
Daddy, I don't think that's going to happen. Thanks for tuning in, though.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody out there. Questions for you.
Real quick about the receiving thing too. I forgot about this when I was talking about the Bengals. So Dan Orlovsky sent a tweet out a couple days ago about Joe Burrow's targets with Jamar Chase this season. Are you ready for this? 28 for 48, 58. That's 58%, right? 1 for 3 touchdown interception ratio, and a
Mm,
52.3 QBR. I don't understand that. How is that possible? Like, they're off, man. It's
mm,
a problem. And again, I don't know if it's because Burrow missed time and whatnot, but like Jamar seems extremely frustrated out there too. So
mhm,
I don't know. I just wanted to run that by you too. I just feel like that's definitely concerning. So
mm. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's just a fluke year. I don't know. I mean, you're not going to be able to get much from this. I mean, Joe Burrow missed what, 8 games, 9 games.
yeah, yep.
I mean, most of us that are realistic knew that that was the end of your season. You were like, chugging the Kool-Aid, and you're like, Jake Browning he's done it before, he's gonna do it again. Burrow will be
Hey,
back, we'll be
hey,
fine.
a guy can dream, right?
I know. You are the good thing you're not a Browns fan, dude. Your blood pressure and stuff would be so much worse. I mean, my
I
goodness.
couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
So I've got a few questions to throw at you in regards
Let's
to the
hear it.
Browns, because I know you're not a Browns fan, so I want to hear your perspective as an outsider. My first question is: it seems like the Browns basically are going to have to remake their entire offensive line
Yeah.
next year. So, um, do you think that's even possible? Like,
Not in one
legitimately,
season.
for
No, or
okay.
not. It's going to take time, man. I think the Browns are honestly, you guys are looking at probably another solid 2 or 3 years of bad years, bad years. Hopefully, by the time the new stadium's open, that's when they can maybe make a playoff push.
Yeah, I think that's all that Haslam cares about right now, anyway.
But
What about?
I wonder
Okay.
if they're going to be how aggressive they're going to be in the offseason when it comes to free agency, though. I mean, because they can't they can't depend on the draft, even though they have a lot of picks. You know, um, I don't think that they can make that gamble and just starting a bunch of rookies, right? I mean, they are going to have to go and see who's available and spend some money. So I don't know. We'll see.
They don't have much money to spend, man. I think best case scenario, Watson costs us like 60 some $1 million. So on the cap. So unless they
Oh, and
push
he's going
that
to be your
money back
starter
more,
next year.
shut up. We're not discussing this right now. I will not talk about number 4 on the show until I absolutely have to. Uh, my other question for you, again as an outsider, in your opinion, do you fire Andrew Berry or Stefanski, or both, or none at the end of this season? In your opinion,
I think Stefanski needs to be gone. Yeah, I think it's time. Will they do it? I think they will. Um, look, he led them to the playoffs. He, twice. He got you guys a playoff win, but it's kind of the same boat as Zach Taylor. Now, granted, has less talent than Zach Taylor. So, yeah, I think Stefanski is a better head coach than Zach. Not by much, but I think both of our coaches deserve to be canned after this season. So I don't know enough about Barry. I know that he does make some good moves, but some of his bad moves are very, very bad. So I think if I had to pick which one would get fired, I would say Stefanski's gonna be gone.
and honestly, it's the tea leaves keep turning that way. They split ways this year. They're not tied at the hip
Yep.
anymore, and it seems that the writing is on the wall that Stefanski's going to be gone, and somehow Barry is going to save his job. A lot of people are
Yeah.
like, "Look at the amazing draft he had this year." I'm like, "Yeah, great." And what about the 5 years before that where he got us like no talent? But I digress. Uh, my other big question for you, again as an outsider, before we head into the weekly recap, what if you're in the Browns' shoes? Think about this: we have the most draft cap, or the second most draft capital, next to the Jets going into this draft. We will probably be picking like 3 or 4. Um, we have 2 first-round draft picks.
Hmm.
Knowing that all the holes that are on this team, as a Bengals fan, would you like to see, if it was your team, them trade up whatever assets they need to for a quarterback, because that's how you fix the team? Or with all the holes, do you just take best position available?
And I think it's tough to go for a quarterback. Would I put it past the Browns to do that? No. I just look, Mendoza is obviously going to go number one most likely.
Yep.
And again, he kind of reminds me of Burrow in a way. Like he kind of just came out of nowhere one year, right, and had a really good year. And I'm not saying that it's not going to work. I mean, because it obviously panned out with Burrow, but I I think it's worth them trading up to get a quarterback? No. I think you guys need to get some offensive weapons. Like honestly, Carnell Tate, if you can get him, that's huge for you guys. You guys need a receiver. Yeah, definitely help on the offensive line as well. So, the good news, I don't think you guys necessarily have a lot of gaps. Like, you need a receiver, you need offensive line. I mean, go ahead and get Travis Kelce this offseason. Why not? Bring him back to Cleveland.
Pass. I'll pass.
But
He's washed.
I know, it's just a joke, just a joke. But no, to answer your question, I do not think they should go after a rookie quarterback again next season.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm in the same boat. I think that's the logical move. All right, moving into our weekly recap here. There were some major injuries in the NFL this week. Your best friend, Patrick Mahomes, tore an ACL. We talked about a little bit earlier today. The research I did says he'll miss 9 months at the minimum. That's a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, somebody who has to make cuts when they move. So tell me about your thoughts on this, and really my biggest question for you are the Chiefs already doomed for next season because of this injury? I mean, knowing that he won't be available until maybe early October.
I wouldn't say they're necessarily doomed, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do this offseason because they have a lot of gaps that they have to fill on that team. And they don't have the best cap space going right now. So, I mean, when Mahomes comes back, he's going to be healthy. I mean, there's a proven track record that, these guys that tear these ACLs, especially quarterbacks, they come back stronger than ever. I mean, I'm going to bring up Burrow again. He tore his ACL in 2020, led his team into a Super Bowl the next year. So the timing is going to be interesting to see when Mahomes comes back. But yeah, I think there are more issues than just Mahomes being hurt to start the season. So, I mean, would I put it past them to be starting week one? I really wouldn't. I mean, these guys are freaks, man. And it seems like they definitely rushed it. Like I was talking to you earlier, they did this surgery pretty quickly. And usually the doctors want, the swelling to go down before they operate and everything. And it looks like they didn't do that. So it's going to be interesting to see what his recovery timeline is. I know you mentioned October. I mean, it probably will be, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in September.
All right. Another big one, Micah Parsons, torn ACL, out for the year, obviously. We'll probably get into that a little bit more when we talk about playoffs, but that's a big loss for the Packers. And then
Sure.
Devontae Adams, another one, hamstring. I mean, that's not obviously as tragic, but still week to week. Does that slow down the Greatest Show on Turf Part 2, you think?
Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, I know he's getting older, obviously, but he's definitely going to be missed. I just think it's crazy how many guys went down this week, honestly. But yeah, honestly, I think that Micah Parsons one is going to be a huge, huge issue for the Packers moving forward in the playoffs.
I'm with you. So let's talk about that then. Let's just move right into the playoffs here. Speaking of,
your Bears are back at number 2.
My boys are back. They're back, baby. They're back at the top, towards the top here. And Green Bay falls to 7. So just as we're talking about that, I mean, if Green Bay goes on a skid here for the next 3 games and Detroit can, kind of turn it around, or maybe not turn it around, that's not the right word, but, get some steam going themselves, I could very easily see them flipping now, which I didn't see 2 weeks ago. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think Detroit's going to have to probably gosh, what? So they're one game back from the wow. Well, would they? Do they have the tiebreaker against the Packers? I don't know. I don't think they do.
Let me look that up.
Regardless, I mean, they're probably going to have to win out these next three games. And
Mhm.
I just don't know, man. They've been very inconsistent this year. They got a tough task against Pittsburgh this week too. So they're 7-point favorites against Pittsburgh, by the way, this week. I know they're at home, but I'm pretty shocked by that one.
Hmm.
I thought it would be a
That is
little lower
shocking.
than that. So
They definitely do not have the tiebreaker against the
okay,
Packers. Packers beat them twice.
okay.
So
Surprised I didn't remember that. Yeah, not good for Detroit then. But it's going to come down to either Green Bay or Detroit. I think making the playoffs. I don't see Carolina making a push at this point. I mean, Carolina is just another weird team where it's just like, man, they actually look pretty good this week, and then the following week they look like a horrible, horrible team. So if I were a betting man, I would say Green Bay is going to get in over Detroit at this point.
yeah, no, I'm with you. And I mean, they almost have identical, excuse me, identical schedules heading into the last 3 weeks of the season. The Lions face the Steelers, the Vikings, and the Bears, and then the Packers face the Bears, the Ravens, and then the Vikings. So very similar
Um,
schedules. And yeah,
yeah,
I'm kind of with you. I am rooting for Green Bay. My brother-in-law is a Green Bay diehard, but I got a lot of Detroit fans being going to school in Toledo too. So that should
yep.
be a close one. And then only other one I'm focused on here, and actually they play each other twice in the last 3 games, is Tampa Bay and Carolina. Um, they're both 7-7 right now. Tampa Bay is reeling. Carolina's been up and down all year. Who do you think ultimately, I guess, wins the best two out of the best out of the 2 games and ends up with the
Yeah.
division?
I mean, you would think it'd be Tampa Bay, but I think it really depends on which team shows up for Carolina, right? Like I said, a couple minutes ago, I just feel like when they want to look good, I mean, they're a decent team this year. I mean, Bryce Young's playing okay, but again, it's too much. They're too inconsistent. I think Tampa Bay has more talent. Um, I know that they've kind of dropped off a little bit, obviously, but I do think it's their division to lose at this point. What are your thoughts?
I'm with you completely. I don't think Baker has what it takes to get him much further, but I think he gets them into the
Agreed.
playoffs. And like you said, Carolina has been so up, and it's been drastically up and down this year. So
Hmm.
I wouldn't be
Yep.
surprised if they just completely fall on their faces for the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Um, let's switch it over to the AFC here. So we've got obviously Denver clinches their playoff spot. And then, you know, I know it saddens you and it hurts your heart, but there's a team that has been up here for the last 10 years, 12 years that's not going to make the playoffs this year in the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you want to take a moment of silence?
Not really. I don't care. Yeah, it's 2014, man. 11 straight or 10 straight years going into the
Yeah.
postseason. It's crazy, man. But it had to end at some point. So I don't really have any sympathy for their fans at this point. I mean, they've won multiple Super Bowls, so whatever. I'm sure they'll be back probably next year.
Depends on how quickly
Take a
Mahomes
year
comes
off.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe they can take a 2 year, maybe make it a sabbatical.
yeah,
Um,
right.
so what about the bottom here? I mean, do you have any faith in 44-year-old Philip Rivers taking the Colts back
You know
into the
what?
playoffs?
I He didn't play that bad. He was showing his age, but he was getting the ball out quickly, right? Um, Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I got to look this up, but their schedule is not easy for the next three games.
No.
So for that reason, I do not like their chances in making the playoffs at this point. So um, Houston is definitely going to stay in there for sure. That defense is very good. Offense is starting to look better too. Um, I just think it's crazy too. By the way, like as it stands, the Chargers would have to go on the road to Pittsburgh in the first week of the playoffs. I just think it's crazy because the Chargers are obviously the better team, but Pittsburgh's going to most likely win the division, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know if the NFL is ever going to change that, if they're just going to do it off of record instead. But I think they voted on it, or no, it was the Lions. They put it on the table over in the off season, and then they took it off the table for them to like change the seating basically. But it just makes sense for them to do that eventually.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, I would like to see it a little more like the NBA, where the best record gets the best seating, right? Like,
Yeah,
this just makes sense to me. But the NFL, they do things the way they want to do them sometimes, and it's like
just
they don't really care.
yeah. And honestly,
Um,
look at Jacksonville, man. Just quiet 10 wins. I feel like nobody's really talking about them. And Trevor Lawrence is playing some ball right now, man. So he's been fun to watch, and that's something you just haven't really seen out of him the last couple of years. So I'm very interested to see how they're gonna do in the playoffs. I mean, with a rookie head coach too. That's another one, Brian. Like it's like really like this guy's getting to the playoffs his first year, but here we are, looking from
I
outside
mean,
the window.
I agree. And there's a long list of quarterbacks that all of a sudden are doing better with other coaches too. So
Yeah.
and you just keep just twisting that knife a little bit more and a little bit more.
It's
Um,
two first year coaches that are in the playoffs this year. Jacksonville and New England in the AFC. I mean, it's crazy. And they have 10 and 11, wins. Absolutely
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, I don't know. Is Vrabel coached in Tennessee for what, like six,
That's
7 years?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but with a young quarterback too, what, 6'7", 6'7"?
um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Drake May? We all knew Drake May was, or I think most of us thought Drake May would be good. He was drafted pretty high, so I
Yeah.
don't know. I wasn't surprised about that. Now Jacksonville does surprise me, and honestly, Cohen was kind of like doing some, not magic, but like he was. Trevor Lawrence did not look good to start the year, right? I think the first
No.
6 to 8 games, like he was kind of struggling. Like you said, he's turned it on
Hmm.
now, but back then it was tough for them.
Yeah,
So
for
um,
sure.
one other thing I want to talk about is the MVP odds. This is the latest from DraftKings via yesterday, which would have been Tuesday the 16th. Uh, Seems like we're pretty clear here, right? I
Yep.
think Sam Darnold is the clear favorite to win, right?
Yeah, that's a good one, Brian. There you go. Trying to catch me off guard there.
I tried to sneak that in there. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not surprised here. I guess the only thing I'm kind of surprised is that Drake May is a little closer, but I mean, Matthew Stafford is just having an all-time year. So,
Yes.
anything surprise you here, or no?
No, it doesn't. I mean, honestly, even if Matt Stafford, God forbid, got hurt, like I still wonder if like Drake May would be able to catch him at this point. He's just had such a great year. Um, can't wait to watch him in the playoffs. So, I mean, he looked pretty darn good again against his old team. I can't believe he's been in LA for 5 years, by the way. That's just crazy to me. The time's flying by, man. We're getting old.
He's had a heck of a career, man. What a heck of a
Yeah,
career. Um,
sure has.
yeah, nothing much else around the NFL. I mean, there's some games that had some playoff implications this week,
Hmm.
but nothing too crazy. I mean, was there anything that surprised you this week that took you by surprise?
Um, no, I mean, I thought the Seahawks would definitely come out and look a little better against the Colts, but they ended up, taking care of business, and that's a win's a win. Um, how about the Bills though coming back from 21-0 basically? I love seeing that because you got Dave Portnoy who's out there just saying New England's the best team, where it's gonna playoffs are gonna run through New England, and then that happens. It's just like I love to see that. I can't stand it when he pulls crap like that. So um, yeah, that's and honestly, that's something that I think. if you're a Patriots fan, that's a big red flag going into the playoffs because I mean it could easily happen with a young quarterback in a playoff game too. So they gotta really watch some film and see what the heck happened there, you know. So
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I
but other than
agree.
that, yeah,
I mean, the only other thing that I wanted to ask your opinion about from last week before we move on to the next week is the Eagles put up 31 points and they shut out the Raiders.
yeah.
I know it's the Raiders, but they're still an NFL team. I mean, does this count for anything? Does this settle, you think, Eagles fans
Uh,
down a little bit or no?
I mean, it definitely helps. I mean, after a 3 game losing streak, right? Um, and again,
Yep.
though, then their next 3 games, I mean, they have the Commanders, Bills, Commanders. It's you're pretty confident that you're at least going to go 2-1 then the season.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, I think it does obviously just kind of help calm them down, like you said, going into the playoffs. And I mean, once you're in the playoffs, I mean, anything can happen. I still think that the Rams are the team to beat in the NFC, but um, yeah, watch out for Philly. They're dangerous, man. They got one of the best rosters in the league. So
Hmm. All right. Well, let's talk about the week ahead. So tell me about you got the Bengals have got the Dolphins. What do you
yes,
see? Tell me about this matchup coming up.
yep. So the Dolphins announced that they are benching Tua, so Quinn Ewers is going to get the start. Um, the Bengals do not have a good track record against playing backup quarterbacks. So they are +3.5. I still like the Bengals to come in and take care of business there. It's not going to be cold. It's going to be 70 degrees in Miami. However, though, I am very interested to see how Burrow plays this week, coming off a horrible game, just kind of like the weird vibes he's been giving off recently. So, um, and it's they're going to see if they're going to be playing for. I mean, Zach's going to be playing for his job here, right? So, I do think they come into Miami, they take care of business, even though I'm not rooting for them to lose, but I want Caleb Downs, damn it, in Cincinnati. So I really don't want them to mess this up. But yeah, Miami just is they're struggling obviously on offense. So could be a high scoring game still. I know it's a rookie quarterback coming in there, but I expect the Bengals, I think, to bounce back in this one.
I Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't see. I've seen a little bit of Quinn Ewers. Obviously, we saw Quinn Ewers a lot last year in college. I've seen a little bit of him this year. He came on to play the Browns a little bit in a very
Mm,
sloppy game when Tua just kind of couldn't find anything going on, couldn't find a rhythm or whatever. I was originally going to pick the over on the points, and when you told me that Quinn Ewers is going to be the quarterback, I'm like, stay the hell away. Uh,
yep.
he is just that bad. Even against this Bengals defense, I have no faith. If it was
Okay.
Tua, I would expect a shootout, but
Okay.
uh, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It looks like the Bengals are now -4.5. So
Oh
I'm
my
guessing
gosh,
all
it
the
went
money
from
is
yeah. It was
going to
it
keep
was three
moving.
and a half, and it was 3.5 at 8:30. So oh boy, I don't like that. And everybody's jumping on the Bengals. That's not good.
You could say it's not good, but it's Quinn Ewers. I mean, you'll see on Sunday, like he is that bad. So I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what the point of benching Tua is to see what you have in a seventh round pick, but
Yeah.
good for the Dolphins. Obviously, that probably to me signifies that Mike McDaniel's is going to be fired because he's probably not pulling the strings if Quinn Ewers is
Hmm.
starting. But
Yep.
yeah, no, I would not be surprised if you guys win by double digits, maybe even 2 touchdowns. I mean,
Okay.
unless they
Let's
put
talk
Tua
about.
back in at halftime.
I doubt it. Let's talk about your Browns. They got the Bills coming into town. Looks
Ugh,
like the Browns are 10-point underdogs, and
at
the
home.
over under is 41.5. So give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I don't like. I have a bad taste in my mouth from last week. I mean, we are again. We talked about this last week. 4 of 5 of our offensive linemen are backups, and now I think 3 of them are backups to the backups. So we're
Hmm.
just a carousel of injuries. I think we have
Yeah.
one of the 3 highest, PUP/IR lists, of players currently in the NFL, which, obviously that does not help anybody, and we just got brutally crushed by the Bears, and our special teams, by the way, is not gonna be any better this week than it was last week. The Bills have something to play for, the Browns have absolutely nothing to play for. I
Yeah.
I just I think it's gonna be another embarrassment again. I mean, obviously, it's not like we picked up any free agent wide receivers this week.
Right.
So, um, the defense is still not gonna care. They have nothing to play for except for Myles Garrett. Myles is still gonna be focused on the sack record. He's got 1.5 to go. I don't think it happens this week. I'm not predicting that. I do expect the Browns to get smoked in this.
Okay.
Um, I think Shador commands the offense a little bit better this week, and hopefully the special teams aren't putting them on like the 1 yard line or the half-yard line or whatever, and just you know, hopefully Jerry Judy doesn't drop a pass in his hands to the other team.
Hmm.
But I don't see it going any other way. I think the Josh Allen is just too damn good. He's an alien out there. I've
Yeah.
said it all year. You thought you had a chance against Josh Allen, and he took care of that quickly. Uh, he, I'm sure the Patriots fans, like you said, Dave Portnoy, I can't stand that guy, but I'm sure they all thought that they had it in the bag. Josh Allen says, no, 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 not today. And
Yep.
so that's my prediction. My
Okay.
bold prediction last week was Isaiah Bond gets 2 touchdowns. Obviously, since we only put up 3 points, that didn't happen. Isaiah Bond
Hmm.
did put up 90 yards, so I was onto something there. But as far as like a bold prediction, man, you know what? My bold prediction is that Myles Garrett does hit the sack record this week. I
Okay.
think
I
somehow
like
he
that.
sneaks in 2 more. I think he sneaks
Yeah.
in 2 more. And then the nice
Okay.
part about that for me, I don't have to talk about it anymore. It can just be another thing. So that's my bold prediction. Do you have any bold predictions for the Bengals this week?
Oh God, not really. Just
Just praying for
oh
a loss so you
man.
get a better draft pick.
Honestly, man, it's just so hard to be motivated to think about anything like that right now. There's nobody on the team going for any records like the Browns do right now. It's the Browns have. It's just we'll go. Sure, Jamar Chase has 3 touchdowns. He's been quiet. We'll go
Woo!
with Joe Burrow and Jamar find it again when it doesn't matter, and that he has 3 touchdowns. We'll go with that.
There we go, baby. All right. Well, let's talk about some more fun matchups. So we've got actually a lot of good games coming up. I was looking at, but one of the best ones is, I think, going to be the Seahawks and Rams tomorrow night, Thursday night football.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
Yes, I can't wait to watch that game and with Al Michaels as the announcer, where he would like it's just he needs to retire. By the way, I mean this is going to be a phenomenal game, and he is just going to suck the energy out of this, just the way he talks, and it's going to be so annoying, right? Like but again, no, I agree. It's going to be a phenomenal game. This is definitely, I mean, Thursday night football. You don't really see this great of a matchup. So yeah, I cannot wait for this one.
Yeah, both teams 11-3. Obviously fighting for playoff positioning, and I guess my only question: if Stafford wins this game, do they just put him on ice for the rest of the year and just call it an MVP season for him?
I mean, yeah, why not, right? If you can.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't do that, but yeah, I so let's see. Let's take a look at so I see on my end Seattle is actually 1.5 point favorites, and
Mm.
the over is
In Seattle.
42 and a half at Seattle. So
Okay. Yeah,
basically
that
just
makes
that
sense.
home field advantage.
Yep.
Look, Seattle played them pretty tough on the road back in November. They lost by 2. Seattle's on a 4-game winning streak. This one is a toss up, man. I'm gonna go with the. mm, I like the Rams, but
Me too.
it makes me want to take the Seahawks.
Go for it. You're usually wrong anyway, as we know on this show. Anybody that
All
follows us,
right, you know
we're
what?
locked. So
I'm going Seahawks. Taking the
yeah,
Seahawks.
love it, love it. Other good games. The Saturday games are back now for the last 3 weeks of the season. You got the Bears and the Packers
Ah,
in
yeah.
Chicago. So, looking to see if the Bears can win another game and just embarrass you some more. Obviously, again, playoff implications on the line for those games. And
Hmm.
then the Jags and the Broncos, Patriots and Ravens, and Bucks and Panthers. Um, those are the ones I've got circled. Anything else you're looking forward to this week, or is that we on the same page
No,
there?
it's yeah, we're on the same page, man. I forgot Saturday football's back, so that's awesome. That's going to be a great Saturday night game. Love that.
Yep. What do you got for locks of the week since you've been on such a hot streak of like
Oh
0 and
God.
15 for the last few weeks? Do you even want to give any?
I mean, not really. You know, I think Philly going into Washington, they're 6.5 point favorites. I do like Philly to cover that. I know it's a divisional game, but Philly kind of made a statement that I think they might be, they might be back. So I like
Okay.
Philly minus 6.5. Gosh, I'm looking at this New England Baltimore game, and 80% of the public bet is New England +3, which just screams to me take the Ravens to win this game at home. So you know what? I'm taking the Ravens -3.
All right. There you have it. Those should be two locks to not happen this week. But you know who is actually on fire is your boy. Went 2 for 2 last week. I got the Patriots Bills over and the Lions and Rams over, both crushed. So we're gonna keep rolling with the overs on the points. This week I've got the Packers and Bears, the Saturday game I just touched on. I think with the
Okay.
injury to Micah Parsons and the Bears just rolling right now, and obviously we know the
Yep.
Packers are great on offense. That's going to be an easy one. Both of them are averaging about 25 points per game. And then I
Okay.
also, although I love the Seahawks defense, I think that the Rams Seahawks is also going to go over on the points. Like you mentioned earlier, it's only 42.5 points. I think it's going to be a wild game. There might be a pick six or something for the Seahawks. So I think I could easily go over 43 points. So, um, but the other thing on Saturday, aside from the NFL game, is a another college matchup. The playoff is going to be in full force. Miami will be playing Texas A&M. Winner goes on to play Ohio
Hmm.
State in the playoff on New Year's Eve. Yeah, I know you were leaning towards Miami last time we talked. Has that changed at all?
I I don't. I mean, so I'm looking at the odds here. I didn't see them last week. Texas A&M is -3.5. I
Hmm.
did kind of forget too that this game is going to be played at Texas A&M.
Yep.
But just again looking at gosh, so yeah, 87% of the public bet is on Texas A&M, which again, it's just Vegas right there, man. Something just tells me Miami can sneak this one out.
Mm.
So, you know what? I'm gonna go with Miami. I'm gonna be 0-3 this week, including college football guys. So please, please, please fade me. Do not take my bets. It is. Do not put your hard-earned money on my picks, please.
Edge. Keep it
Go with Brian's
50%.
overs.
Um, I hope you're right, though. I mean, I would much rather, as a Buckeyes fan, rather play Miami than A&M.
Yeah.
So I hope that's the case. Did you hear anything about Legend Bay, by the way,
I,
with Ohio State?
you were telling me about that earlier, man. What
Oh,
a
that's
crazy story.
right. I mean, just one thing I just got to touch on. I mean, this guy is a four-star recruit, one of the highest athletes coming out of out of high school this year. On National Signing Day, apparently his mom or his brother, I don't know. There's all these stories out. Somebody signed his letter of intent with Tennessee, and eventually he got out of it. And I just are we in for more? To wrap up the story, sorry, he ended up signing with Ohio State anyway, who is apparently who he wanted to play for the whole time. Um, is there more of this to come with this NIL stuff? I mean, to me, this is just insane. Like your own family, like going behind your back and doing something that you don't want to do, and it's not even, you know, I just can't
Yeah.
picture it as a father or a son, like whatever. Do you think that more of this is
Yeah.
coming? This madness?
I I think it is, man. I mean, when especially with the money aspect of it. I definitely feel like a
Yep.
lot of these players, their families are going to get way too involved with this. So yeah, I would not be surprised if this is going to be an ongoing issue. So
Yeah.
crazy story.
But
Um,
sad.
yeah, it really is. So
Okay. Well, not much in college football, obviously. We look forward to the New Year's Eve matchup, but go
yeah.
Miami, and I think that'll wrap us up here. We sorry for running long here, but we appreciate you all sticking with us for another episode of the Rust Belt Rivalry podcast. Browns fans, Bengals fans. Unfortunately, we just look forward to a better draft pick, I guess, since we've been eliminated for quite some time now. Buckeye Nation, lots to look forward to there. Nick, take us away, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, Brian. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave us a review, and hit us up on social media with all your takes. We're 15 weeks into this, guys. I think we're getting the hang of it. So yeah, we'll be back next week.
Love it. Later.